Kia ora and welcome into Sky Rugby Club. It's their special edition as I'm joined by two of the Black Ferns, Ruahei, Demant and Kendra, Cocksedge, as we discuss this new competition, Super Rugby Aupiki, as it kicks off in March. We'll be looking at the squads in depth, some of the new exciting players and what this means for women's rugby. Kia ora to you both. Thank you for joining me as you have your final day in MIQ. Ruahei, we'll start with you. How was the tour? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, the tour was, like the results were difficult, but you know, we had so many lessons, and I believe that we came out like a stronger team. We were really tight knit, especially off the field. But you know, after spending a really, really long time away from home, I think I can speak for all of us. We're all really excited to get home and see our families.
There's always things to learn about when you come from a loss. There's a lot more to learn in those occasions. And you look forward to next year with this new exciting competition that's about to hit the waves of women's rugby, Super Rugby Aupiki. Straight away, Ruahei, what does this mean to you?
Yeah, like it means a few things. Firstly, it's exciting to see, you know, that bridge between women's rugby and men's rugby come a bit closer, but also to see the bridge between, you know, FPC level rugby and international rugby come a bit closer as well. I think, you know, our end of year tour really showcased that that jump is really high, and the lack of international games has been tough for us. So to have a competition that's a bit more high level and a bit more competitive, I think it'll do wonders for our domestic rugby here in New Zealand, but also feeding into our national team.
You know, with this draft system, the nature of it is that some of the players will be going to play for different regions. We've got Mel Puckett playing for the Blues, Sapphire Abraham with the Hurricanes. What does that do for a player's development to be in a new environment and new coaches?
I think it's really exciting because it gives that spread across the country in terms of the players. Like we need players to be playing. You know, lots of the girls have made some tough decisions to move out of their franchise or out of their area to go play for another team to allow themselves some game time. And I think that's exciting. It adds a lot more, you know, competitiveness within a side as well in terms of for positions. And I think that's been really cool. And as you can see, you know, we've got a couple that have come down to Matatu as well, you know, which is really exciting. And as I said, you want the best players playing, and that's just going to make the competition even better and more competitive.
Well, first up, we're going to dive straight into checking out the Blue squad. We've got in the Blues, you've got Ruahei Savage joining the ranks after having her twins. But how exciting and what experience does she bring to that Blue side?
Yeah, Uddles is massive, eh? Like, she's been to so many World Cups. She brings massive experience, but also huge leadership, which I know that is going to be massive for our team, especially that Charmaine McMiniman is out with injury. We've got a few young Lucies in our team, and just for her to be there and guide them along their journey, especially now as a mother, she'll probably be a different player again. And I know that all of us in the Blues are excited to have her back, and we can't wait to take the field next year.
And with that, there's going to be a competition in those Lucies with the Blues. We've got Liana Miki-Aletu at 8 and Ruahei that can play 8 too. Where would you like to see them? Would you like them both in the field, or? You
know, the cool thing about our Lucies in particular, especially Ruahei can play all 3, 6, 7 and 8. So, you know, I'm pretty sure Willie will put our best 15 out there, which means they'll probably both be on the field at the same time. And also really exciting to have Lisa Molia back. I know she's working hard, but yeah, I'm excited to see how that Lucy trio pans out.
It sounds like there's going to be plenty of talent on the field and off the field for coaches to select from and choose. But Kendra, I know that is the difference sometimes with it goes to the Super and the Whare Palmer. You might not have that full depth all the way through each side. How does that make a difference in this competition?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to touch on what Ruahei just said. Like, you want your best players on the park, so no doubt coaches will work out how that's going to look for each team and who's going to kind of play where, so they can be out there. And it might be in a situation where a player might be playing in a position that they might not necessarily have that experience, or you know, or they're going to have to move positions to be able to get some game time. And you know, I think that, you know, having this competition is going to allow, again, I think even with the Wharapama Cup level, it's going to help develop in that level as well, and then it moves into this next higher level. And there's a lot of quality players that actually aren't even haven't necessarily made teams in this yet that are still standing, still sitting there. So that's going to create some really good competition in the future to come. And there's so much young talent coming through in the under 18 space. So the competition is just going to grow massively over the next few years.
Now, Ruahei, you were played in the first ever Women's Super, that one-off game against the Chiefs. Tell me about what that felt like and that mass support that was around the game.
Yeah, it was buzzing, to be honest, to be a part of history, be a part of that first Women's Super game. We spoke a lot that week about being, trailblazers, and as young girls, you look up to. I was from the Bay of Plenty, so I actually looked up to the Chiefs because it was a team of my region. But looking up to, players in Super Rugby franchises, we spent the week at the Blues headquarters where we learnt a lot about, the culture of the Blues, what the franchise stands for, and now we get to be a part of that, but also put our own spin on it. It's so exciting. It's so exciting for the future of women's rugby. It's so exciting for women's rugby in Aotearoa to be able to grow and hopefully to become professional, so that young girls, young women can be professional rugby players in Aotearoa.
Now we're heading down to State Highway 1. It's to Hamilton, where we check out the Chiefs side. Looking at the sides, Kendra with the Chiefs, straight away with the selection that they've chosen, can you already tell what kind of game plan that they might want to play?
Yeah, they've got a quality side that they've got there, and no doubt they're going to want to use their 7 stars that they've got in there, and I assume they're going to play a bit of an expansive. They're going to want to get the ball to the outsides and probably play a fast tempo game. And you've got someone like Hazel Chubik in there as well, who's got a quality kicking game. So I think a team like that is that they're going to be tough to stop. With those 7s girls, no doubt they want to get the ball into the hands of the likes of Portia Woodman and all that. So it'll be exciting to watch. It's going to be expensive fast footy, and I think the whole competition will show a bit more of that.
The 50-20 rule that came in during Wharapama Cup wasn't utilised as much as it should have been. Do you think now that we're at the super level that you have to start using those details?
Yeah, I think, and we've just seen it on our end of year tour as well. Our kicking game wasn't the greatest at all. And I think having, the Super Rugby Aupiki is going to help with that. We're playing against sides that have 2 or 3 in the backfield already. So you've got to work out how you're going to manipulate them to move them around to be able to kick to space. So, I guess to be able to do it, and then look for those 50-22 opportunities, because they're awesome. Like, you get a line out down there. So, I think in my season, I kicked quite a lot during Wharapama Cup, and I only got my first 50-22 during the end of year tour, and I've only had 1 the whole season. So I think for us, it's probably going back to the drawing board as kickers, and probably focusing a little bit more on that, and just being able to execute our kick strat and also execute our kicking a bit better.
Now heading to the capital, where it's the 3rd North Island team, the Hurricanes. If you're looking at the Hurricane side straight away, is there any players that stand out to you? A lot of them are from Manawatu and Wellington combined. Are there any players that stand out straight away?
Yeah, the whole team. I think you can't go past having the leadership of Gossie in there. Like she's gonna be massive for the Hurricanes. She's gonna bring all her skills, not only on field but also off field. I know that she's a real nurturer, and she'll do her best to enhance the talents that the girls have. Also got the likes of Ace down there, Lyric, who had really good seasons for the Pride, but one name in particular that stands out is Victoria Sabritsky-Nafatali. She's got a big boot. She can carry, she can tackle, and we all know she loves to talk. She'll bring her A game, and she'll definitely lead that team around the park. She'll do real good things for the Hurricanes, so I'm really looking forward to coming up against them next year.
Is there any young guns that you're looking forward to going up against Kendra, or seeing how they go at this level of Super Rugby Aupiki?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of young guns out there, and that's what's exciting. And we've just seen that on our end of year tour, the likes of Maya Liana, from the Blues. They're quality players, and it's exciting to see, what they're going to offer at this level, because, they've just performed at an international level, and that's not necessarily easy. So, they're going to be hissing come this competition, and there's so many young ones out there. We've got a few on our side as well, with the likes of Lucy Jenkins, who had an outstanding Whara Palmer Cup. So there's so many young girls out there that we're looking forward to kind of coming up against, and I'm just looking forward to seeing them grow.
Last but not least, it's the only South Island side is Matatu. And with your Matatu side, it's the first one in the only South Island team. It's the combination. But how did you guys come up with the identity around that side?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a really cool process to be part of the Matatu, getting the name and all the colours in that. So it's real exciting to be part of that and to go through the whole process. And, I've had a lot of support around it to come up with the name, and, I've been gifted it, and the meaning behind it's pretty unreal. And I think that's going to help with our culture and our team. It's something new. It's a new brand. It's a new team. And I think, as you see, we've got the two players from the Brumbies coming across, and, we've actually already started like a group chat on Snapchat, so they've been part of that, and, you kind of start connecting that way already. But I think having the 6 weeks and being together from Thursday to Sunday is also going to help with that. But, we're exciting to see what kind of comes from Matatu. Obviously a whole South Island team. We've got players in there that we've kind of played against for the last few years, and now we get to play with them. So that's also super exciting. But it's awesome to be part of, and I can't wait. There's small things like, even the jersey being in the process of getting made. What's that going to look like? We're lucky enough that that's going to be new as well. It's exciting times ahead.
Plenty to look forward to. Now, thank you so much for joining us, and you've got so much to look forward to with your Christmas break. Hopefully you actually take a much deserved break, the both of you. The Super Rugby Aupiki is kicking off in March, and you can find all of the games here live on Sky Sports. But keep up to date, have a nice Christmas, and we'll see you later.